Welcome to Red Riot Football. We're here at Martin Memorial Field. It's a nice breezy November day. South Portland versus Portland. This is a big game, the Western Maine Finals. One more step to the championship, but we got to get through Portland. I'm Brett Wolfgram. This is Mike Bryant. Mike, what are you thinking today?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm looking for a good, tough game. My prediction still is they're going to win by 2 touchdowns, but it's going to be a lot tougher than the last time we played them.
Yep. Riots playing excellent last week against the Biddeford Tigers. They played 14-7. Biddeford almost coming back and winning there, but luckily we pulled that one out. What do you think about that? Coming off that win?
Probably a little too conservative in the second half for my taste, Brett. Everybody knows that I'm a wild guy, but South Portland defense was just awesome, and they're going to be that way this week. That's one thing Portland's got to do is they got to beat the defense, and we've got to watch for them long. We just can't let them get long on us.
Right, definitely. Portland is now coming off a good win against the Marshwood team. They won, what was it, 36 to 12, 24, something like that. Beat them by about 2 touchdowns, but they're pumped up and ready to go, I believe.
Well, I'll tell you right now, South Portland's also going to be a little pumped up. Having 2 battles of the bridges in 1 year just doesn't happen that often. So I know the South Portland boys are ready for this. And again, I'm looking for a 2-touchdown victory, but a tough victory.
Tough victory, very tough victory. It's a little wet field, a little muddy maybe at the end of the game. It could be a little rain, we don't know. But it's a nice warm day for November. So we're going to take it up to the booth and start this game going.
See you there.
Welcome back. We're ready for some football now. It's the Battle of the Bridge 2. Again, this is Brett Wolfgram here with Mike Bryant for the South Portland Western Maine Finals game.
Well, I'll tell you, we're waiting for the kids to come out on the field now. As you can see in your camera, we got the big sign up there and the balloons, and sounds like the boys are on their way.
Here comes the Riots, fired up as usual. They look extremely pumped today. This is pretty unusual. They're usually pretty...
laid back?
Laid back, yeah, that's a good word.
Like I said, I think the only time I have seen this team not really emotionally right up there at the height is probably against that Sanford game in the playoffs.
Yep.
And they were still pumped up, but they just weren't quite as emotional as they were last week against Biddeford, and of course this week against Portland in Battle of the Bridge 2.
Yep. Okay, so we won't talk much about the prediction in the paper. The paper thinks the first time it's predicted us to lose, but I think they're full of crap.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've often chastised the Portland go with that are your strengths, and I thought he went away from those strengths way too early in the game.
South Portland defensive team coming out, getting called.
Okay, this is going to be a fired-up bunch out here. Dan Roediger, who's just had an incredible season all year long. Looking for him to play a big part, put a lot of pressure on Gillies back there. Gillies, who has a total offense this year of 1,700 yards.
Wow.
That's...
Junior, number 50, Rich Rio.
As usual, starting Rich Rio.
Big part of that middle of that defense.
Captain
Ben Blackwood. Hoping to start DeAndrea today.
I'll tell you what, like I said, DeAndrea, they opened some good holes off guard. That's where you're going to watch out for him today. That's where they seem to run their best, and then once he got outside, he is very quick and has good foot movement. Big game for this man today. He's got to play well.
Jeez, his helmet's turning red. Kierstead also playing excellent lately.
Rob Kierstead's picked it up big time in the playoffs.
Number 81, Ben Beck.
Ben Beck looking to be the, him and Jim are going to be the ones in the backfield now, show some leadership.
Well, Beck has had a big season this year, and again, Bobby Story, who's come in many times during the season, has just done outstanding work.
Sean Upton, I mean, Story's got the speed. All he's got to do is keep up with his man and be all set for that.
Yeah, and we may see him, like I said, he may cover Connick. Connick's short, so Story physically matches up with him and speed-wise matches up with him. Big job today will be Jimmy O'Neill, making sure to keep an eye on things out there. And I think, like I said, he's got all the experience in the world. I'm not really concerned about him. He's played the position enough so that it's not really new to him. First?
Yep, we deferred to the second half.
Okay. And South Portland, Coach Wolfgram likes to do that. He's got the #1 defense in the state right now, and he likes to put them on the field first, set the tone.
Drew Hughes is now taking over for the safety position, it looks like.
Well, Drew's a big boy, but he's also very quick. Sexton has a lot of speed out there, but Drew's very quick and also reads things very well. Plus, he's an immense tackler. We know that.
So we're ready to play some football. Battle of the Bridge 2. Blackwood kicks off. It's hard caught. Finally caught by Connick. Connick takes it up to about the 15. He's at the 20. He breaks it. It looks like a clip. Roediger, he's got to try to beat Roediger, but they finally bring him down at the 45-yard line.
Talked a little bit about Dan really not being that fast, but you see Connick is one of the fastest players on the team, and Dan easily ran himself in a position there to make sure he was in position to make the tackle. Drew, who was supposed to be the safety, remember, he's not used to that. Looks like he was down probably a little farther than he should have been.
So the early strike on the Riots is going to be brought back because of a clipping call.
Well, Connick, very dangerous. Matter of fact, both of us were very impressed with the game he played against us at Portland. And very dangerous. You've got to keep an eye on him all the time. We kicked the ball fairly deep this time, but not real deep. But we had time to really set up. Portland did a nice job with the wedge there, opening up a hole for him.
So the first big play of a 50-yard return turns into only about a 10-yard return. It's on the 15-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And there's that center running up to the ball again.
He's got his energy back, I see.
He'll be pumped up most of the day today, I'm sure.
Connick split out to the right. We got an I formation, fullback in motion, straight up the chute. He gets about, no, he's still up, he gets about 5 yards. That's Giandria.
Yeah, that's Drew Hughes making the tackle, but Jimmy O'Neill comes up from his safety position, helps to stretch it out, push it towards the sidelines.
They gained 6 on that, 2nd down and about 4.
Like I said, I thought DeAndrea ran very well, and they run the off-tackle play a lot, and that's where he gained most of his yards. So that means that usually your safeties or your cornerbacks and your defensive ends have really got to step up. And then, of course, you saw Drew Hughes, the linebacker, made the tackle.
We got twins on the left, one over here on the right. Number 40 goes in motion. They send it to the other side. DeAndrea breaks the first tackle, Ben Beck. Drew Hughes brings him down for no gain. Nice job by Drew Hughes.
Would you say Drew's fired up?
I would say.
We talked about Drew never really seeming to be like he's fast, but you see how quick he is. He is just there.
DeAndrea tried to bump it outside, but there's nothing there.
Well, Ben Beck, a lot of credit goes to Ben Beck on that play, as he made a diving stab at DeAndrea, which made him really alter his route about 3 yards backwards. And that's what enabled the rest of the Riot defense to get up there and make the tackle.
3rd down and 4.
Hell, a big play already.
Yep. I think we're going to see a lot of these today.
Tons.
Connick split out to the short side. I formation, number 40 rolls. They pitch it out to the left. DeAndrea has got a couple blockers in front of him. Everybody swarms, but they stop for no gain.
Drew Hughes again right there, along with, I'm trying to see who gets up off. I think that's Bobby Story. Bobby Story come up, and I think he's the first one tackler, but Drew Hughes right there on top.
Jeez, they had about 4 blockers in front of him, but the Riots had like 5 people, so that was one too many.
I'll tell you what, the paper's prediction really, it angered me a little bit, because it really took out the fact that this is the #1 defense in the state, and I don't care. We've got a lot of players who can fudge in and out of that lineup and still be the #1 defense in this league.
Some new players in the backfield. Upton and O'Neill will be taking the kick this time, and we aren't seeing the punter that screwed up last time. Straight up, and it looks ugly. Upton's going to fair catch it, and is caught. Oh! Ooh,
he
took a step, but they'll give it to him.
He did fair catch it, and you're right, he could have just let that drop. It was spinning backwards. It probably, if anything, would have gone backwards.
Riots get a good, that was a good, 11-yard kick?
Well, I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of comments on how much we picked on their punter the last time, and they got a different fella in there, and he did a great job when he came in last game.
Riots having excellent field position on the 30-yard line. We got twins over to the left. Davis and Upton are out there. Fawcett rolls around the back, and they give it up shoot to Lawson, who gets about a yard.
Okay, so much for your early prediction. But just so I'll go on line with Brett a little bit, I also thought we would see something different, which we did, by the way.
Yep. Well, Cook's kind of got the wind at his back. He's got a kind of an angle at his back, so I thought we might see something pass early, but I guess not.
And we still might, but you saw Portland going with their strength, Joe DeAndrea.
Yep.
And it's obvious that Coach Wolf Graham has also probably decided to come out with his strength, Timmy Lawson.
Same thing, twins over the right. This time Lawson is over and coming around. They give it off to him, but he's stopped early. No, he's still up. Oh, he gets about 5 yards.
There's that still up business. And I'll tell you what, this time Timmy made an excellent decision as he took it inside. We talked last week, it seemed like he didn't want to follow his blockers that well. And a couple times the blockers were out there and he just didn't follow them up. This time he went up, took a step inside, and he made the right decision. 3rd
down and 3. I think what we're going to see a lot of Portland today is the ends are going to crash.
Yeah.
And what that means is basically they're going to run in as fast as they can so that Lawson can't get outside them.
And certainly they learned a huge lesson against us in the last game.
Okay, Davis is out to the right. We got a single back. Lawson comes around. They fake it this time. Cook rolls out to his right, looking. He's got Roediger with plenty of room. 10-yard line. Come down to the 7.
Well, I told you, I thought Roediger would have to play a big game. We talked about it earlier. He's a senior out there, hasn't had a lot of action pass-wise, but he's made some good catches during the season. And look for him to go big this week.
Yep. So that looked like it was about, 15, 16 yards?
Yes, it was. Excellent call there by Coach Wolfgram. Again, we talked earlier. We feel that in the coaching department, we've got a little edge here. I think Coach Wolfgram is one of the best coaches in the state right now, and I don't think that of Bailey. Obviously good when he's up there, but
we got the shift. They shift finally into a T. First down and 8. They give it to Lawson around the end. He's got blockers, but brought down early.
I'll tell you what, it looked like the ground there helped pulling out a little bit. Timmy kind of lost his footing real early as he made his cut, and so it was just an easy matter of them falling on top of him when he went down.
Second down and 10, a loss of about 2 on that.
Second and goal at the 10.
Again, the pass is going to be very important here today. I really think Poland, I thought they did a pretty good job on us in between the tackles on our running game. We did get outside them. I think they'll make the adjustment this week to stop that. So the passing game will be important to open up that running game.
I just don't think, one thing Portland said to themselves when they left the game last time, if we ever see South Portland again, they're not going to get outside us.
That's right.
So they give it up to Lawson, who loses footing again, tries to break outside, gets more yardage, and brought down for about a 3-yard gain.
Well, they did a nice job making him run sideways this time, Brett. Even though he did break a couple tackles, they're still having a hard time bringing him down. 2 downs? Or 1 down and a field goal if we don't score?
No, we're going to see 2. Field goal.
Hey, I like 3 points, this early in the game.
Do have to win at your back. Geez, the stands filled in rather quickly. We got people all around the field again.
I'll tell you, we didn't think we'd get as big a crowd as we did against Biddeford, but it's very close from what I see right now.
Riots come up, try again. Davis is split out to the side. We got a single back, looks like Fawcett. Lawson goes around. No, fake it to him. Cook's rolling out to his left. Looking. He's got nobody there.
Had to overthrow Fawcett. He wasn't really open yet, and he was getting a lot of pressure from behind.
Ben Beck was open and he's kind of upset that Cook didn't see him, but...
Yeah, Ben was a little bit away from him, and Jason was kind of rolling out to the side, but I'd like to see us get the ball to something. Well, we will today. You don't have French and Sexton in there, so you'll have to get it to some other receivers. That time he was looking at Andrew Fawcett. I think we talked about it a little bit. I believe in high school, when a quarterback, a play's called, he's going to his primary receiver, basically. Very hard for them at this age and stage in their careers to really look at the field over to determine who the best receiver is.
You got number 1 and number 2 usually what you look at.
Yeah, that's right.
So we got twins over to the left. Cook's got 1 back. He rolls out to his left. Right, excuse me. He's got Lawson. Touchdown! Catch. Cook to Lawson. Lawson fingertip grab and gets in for the 6 points.
I'll tell you what, that is an awesome catch by Timmy Lawson as he reached up at a ball that was a little over him. Good safe pass by Jason Cook, by the way, and hauled that sucker in for a TD.
Well, what's the one thing that you've never seen in South Poland, if you could pick it?
That's right.
Lawson has not caught a touchdown pass, and that's the first time I think we've seen him. I think we've seen 1 attempt, but
yes.
That's it.
That's right, exactly. Well, he's caught a couple screens. That's about it that I've seen.
Shifts over to the kick formation. Fawcett snaps, high kick. Blackwood puts it through the uprights. It's 6-0. Riots score early.
I'll tell you what, I like the way Ben Blackwood saw the snap was high, waited until Jason Cook got the ball down. If it's blocked, it's blocked, but wait till the ball's down to get a kickoff, and he got it right through the uprights.
Second quarter will obviously be the wind is going to play a huge factor. We're now rolling right to left on your screen, and it's definitely going to be a factor the second quarter. I believe that the Bulldogs will obviously try to pass more.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's picked up in intensity too, Brett. It wasn't really blowing quite this hard when we first come up to the booth, and it's really going down there.
Blackwood ready to kick off. Kamikaze teams going down. Drew Hughes leading them.
Need to watch out for that wedge.
Squib kind of thing, tough one. Connick brings it up and gets into the wall, breaks the first wall again. Roediger is going to have to catch him this time.
He's going to get him.
Finally brings him down. Jeez.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brett, I'm real disappointed in the Kamikaze team on that one there. That's twice that he's gone right up the middle at him. They should have learned their lesson the first time.
So this time it's not hauled back and it's brought down, and they get it all the way down to about the 20, 26, 27-yard line.
Well, we said it was going to be tough to keep this team off the scoreboard this game, and you can see why. Connick really can break it at any point. I think your dad made a real good comment when he said they've got 5 people that have gone 60 yards or more for touchdowns. So they got a lot of people that can actually break big plays on this team.
So Riot's in a little hole now. They're going to have to hold them.
Well, this is where the defense comes up big a lot.
I formation, Miles goes in motion. He goes all the way out to the right. They're going to pass. No, broken play looks like. Oh, brought down, no gain.
I'll tell you what, I like what Chadbourne and Morse did right then. Did a nice job as they shed their blockers quickly, and then were waiting for Gillies when he had to come up the field. Looks like he lost about almost a yard, Brett.
Yep, second down and about 10.5.
Hate to see our defense backed up this early in the game, but again, the Kamikaze squad is going to have to learn that they've got to watch out for that big run up the middle. And if Drew's going to be the safety, I guess he's going to have to stay back a little more.
We got Twins right. They're spread out pretty wide. 3-step, looking, timing pattern. O'Neill's there, off his helmet.
I'll tell you what, even had he pulled that in, O'Neill was going to give him such a hit.
Yep.
And it was a pretty well thrown ball against the wind.
So that brings up third down. This is, of course, 4-down territory. I don't think we'll see a punt. Although,
well, we won't see a punt.
Portland could pooch kick down to the 10-yard line.
Well, of course, we saw, who was that? That was 32 that actually did the punting, wasn't it?
Geez, if they pooch kicked into there, they might up their average. Sorry. Connick split out. Gillis gives it up to shoot. No, he's got a quick slant, but O'Neill brings him down. Help from Ryan.
Yeah, it looks like he's just about got the first down yardage. He's going to be very close. Guy with the stick looks like he wants to go ahead.
First down and 10 on the 13.
Which happens to be Robbie Kirsten's dad, by the way. We were talking earlier how he can stand to be down there that close to the field, but I'd love that.
Yep.
Just hold on the stick and watch the game. I can handle that. Right there where the action is.
I believe that's a whole Kirsten clan down in there, isn't it?
It might be, yeah. Can't see who's on the other stick. I don't.
Or at least close relatives.
Yep.
Okay, we got double back. They give it to 25, who gets nothing, but probably 2 or 3 maybe.
Yeah, that's Scott Toms. And Scott Toms, another one, you know, he does a pretty good job, but you hear so much about DeAndrea that he doesn't get a lot of press.
Second down and looks like about 8. Ball is on the 15-yard line.
Well, again, I like to use the phrase, bend don't break. South Portland has been enough. Now they have to stop this Portland team who's knocking on the door.
Connick on the one side, Miles on this side. They give it to DeAndrea, who's got a hole. Breaks Roediger's tackle, and he's in for 6.
I'll tell you what, Dan Roediger got blocked very well right then, and still almost got his hands on DeAndrea, but DeAndrea, good runner. You just can't grab him with just the fingertips and pull him down. That was a very well disguised play, by the way.
Portland answers with 6 points quickly, only 2 minutes off the clock after the Riots score.
Well, again, I really think this score is going to jump up and down, up and down. I think it's going to drive us crazy. It's going to be one of those games that drives us nuts. I think back to the Pittsburgh-South Portland game a couple years ago that ended up like 41-38. And great game, but it just drove you crazy the whole game because you didn't know who was going to win right to the last second.
Portland shifts over to in the kicking. Connick holds. The kick is up, and it's through the uprights.
I'll tell you what, he just barely made it through there. Nobody got a hand on it, but kicked it up very softly, but it went through.
7-7, 4:18 left to go in the first quarter. Riots now looking to score again.
Each week we get new wrinkles, huh? Now here it's 7-7. We never see a score like that this early on.
Well, that was tough. The Kamikaze team had, when Connick broke that put him deep. That put him at the, 25, 26-yard line. I mean, it's kind of tough to, being back on your heels that much to stop a team, especially with what they have for weapons.
Not to mention the emotional uplift it's going to give Portland. I mean, we beat them 41-0. Anything they do positively in this game is going to fire them right up.
Yeah. Salamoni over to his left. Ryan's in the middle. It's a deep kick. Fawcett's going to take it. They're wedging over to the right. He got up to the 25, and that's about it. He gets to the 30.
Poland did a good job that time. They got about 5 kids on a 2-man wedge and just busted through, and Andrew didn't have a whole lot of a place to go.
So Riots start deep in their own territory for once, and be first and 10 on the 30-yard line.
Well, I like to see the longer drives anyway, Brett. Again, the clock is so important. You got to crank that clock down, and you need to score. Well, now we need to score first. It's an even game again. So again, the first one to score again, big advantage.
Starts out in the I formation. Cook takes a snap, gives it off to Lawson, who gets about 3 yards.
Nice tackle there by Rick Miles as he caught Timmy as he comes through the line. Timmy still dove for what, about 2 yards?
2 yards.
Second and 8, that's 32.
Again, wind is at our back right now. Anything that we're going to do pass-wise and stuff will happen probably now. Coming the other way, you're going to try to grind it out a little more. Just keep the ball away from Poland when they get the wind at their back. Don't let them get them big plays off.
Wolfgram's up over the ball. He's got Ryan and Hughes on his shoulders. Lawson comes around. They give it to him. He cuts inside. He's still up, but finally brought down for a loss.
Poland doing a nice job turning him inside, as you said. They're running them ends right up as fast as they can and making him turn it inside. And right now it's having a good effect. They're really controlling the running game a little bit. South Poland really, except for some of the sweeps when Timmy can break a couple of tackles, never really established their running game real early. Usually it takes a quarter or so against the tough teams for them to get that running game to really open up. And you know, we're getting near the end of the first quarter now, and they've only had one set, and they scored pretty early. They didn't have very many yards to go. So,
single back Lawson. They give it to him over to the right. He's hit behind the line.
Yeah, that's number 62, John Hutchins. But Poland did a nice job, stepped up, nobody on him, made the tackle.
So an unusual sight, the putt team comes on. It's 4th down and about 12. They're going to kick this one away. Blackwood will have the wind at his back with 2:20 left to go in the first quarter.
Important to get off a good kick here. We got to try to keep Poland from getting too much good field position right off the bat. Connick, a dangerous runner.
Low snap, this is bad. Blackwood gets it off, but it's a high kick. Wind helps it out a little bit. Gonna take nobody's bounce and gets down about the 40 bound, yep. About the 45.
I'll tell you what, Ben did a good job to get off that good a kick with that kind of a centering pass.
That was.
And credit the South Poland line for some good blocking there as they really gave him the time to recover from that bad snap.
So, a lucky kick there. We get it down to the 45-yard line. There's 1:55 left to go.
Again, watch for DeAndrea a lot. Poland going to go to him quite a bit today. He's going to be their big gun.
Spreading out, we got twins left. Miles comes across the middle. They give it to DeAndrea, who stopped right at the line.
Drew Hughes and Bobby Kierstead right there making the tackle.
Jeez. Rio was back about 5 yards back beyond the play. I think he tripped DeAndrea up a little bit when he started.
Well, we've talked about Rich really getting great penetration against every front line he's played against, and this Poland center was one of the better ones against him. And looks like he's decided to go out today big.
Yep. 2nd down and about 9. Miles and Connick over to the left. They give DeAndrea, who's stuffed for about 2 yards.
Well, it seems like both teams have made the adjustment defensively on the running games of the other team, and which again makes that pass game going to be so important. Right now, Poland, with the wind in their face, has to be kind of careful. They don't want to lay anything up that's going to get intercepted. South Poland not using the pass the last time, but they'll have the wind in their face next quarter, so then we'll see if there's any changes there.
3rd down and about 7. It's on about the 47-yard line.
You know they're going to probably go something short, so they've got to really play a little tight here.
Miles and Connick, nope, broken play again. See if O'Neill, no, that was Upton who hit him, but he finally gets brought down by O'Neill at the 40.
Yeah, really, Upton had a good shot at him, and Gilly's a good runner, just ran right through his tackle.
That's a 1st down and 10 for the Portland Bulldogs.
Our end's, again, doing a good job, and we've talked often, the field today isn't real slippery, but as you said, it is a little bit. And defensively, both these teams are so quick defensively that it's very hard to recover once you've committed yourself.
Gillies gives it up to shoot to 25, who's brought down for about 5 yards.
Nice surprise play. Bobby Kirsten, Drew Hughes in on the tackle.
Rob Kirsten and Drew Hughes.
Picked up a good, 4 or 5 yards there.
It's going to be 2nd down and 5, and that's going to be about the end of the first quarter.
2nd 5 at the 35.
And again, South Poland, I expect a tough time today. I expect this to be a tough game. Haven't really seen them do too much. They've had 2 offensive sets. One was close to the goal down there, so they didn't run a lot of plays. And 3 and out on this last one. So, again, their offense is going to have to really make things happen here. Defense looks like it's ready. They let Poland get a touchdown that last time, but they gave it up grudgingly. It took them about 6 or 7 plays from only about the 25-yard line. Yep. So,
right, it's yeah, looking like they're back on the heels again here. They're on the 35 going in, Bulldogs.
Well, we don't expect Poland really has got a lot more to prove than South Poland. We beat them big. We've beat everybody well. Biddeford was our toughest game since the Gardner game. Gardner's been knocked out of it, so we won't even get a chance to see them if we win today. So Poland really got a lot to prove. They were supposed to go all the way this year, and at 8-2, that's still a good record.
Yep. Well, with 12 minutes down, it's 7-7 Red Riots. An interesting note, this is Veterans Day weekend. In the paper, I was talking about how Portland and South Portland always. Gillis takes it, pitches out to DeAndrea, who's stopped by Beck for about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Beck and Hughes right there on the tackle. Again, they're running 2 blockers at each one of our ends now. They're getting the ball out around enough so that, like in that case, it was Roediger that was out there, and he had 2 blockers hit him just as DeAndrea got there. So it'll be very important today that the linebackers are watching what's going on and get up there to help fill the holes.
3rd down and about 2.
I like the adjustments we've seen so far today, and you know, maligned Bailey a little bit as a coach, but obviously with his team up here, he's a pretty good coach. He's made some good adjustments today.
Connick split over to the left. Looks like the Riots are coming. They give it to, who's that, 25 for about a 4-yard gain, and he's going to get the 1st down.
Yeah, Scott Toms, he's their bruiser. He's the one that's going to run for the short yardage and such up the middle. DeAndrea is naturally their premier back, the one with the speed and the quickness. But you're right, our defense is on their heels a little bit here.
1st and 10 going in, 25-yard line. Riots need a big play here to get going.
Yeah, somebody's got to fire off the ball here and make a tackle in the backfield.
Double back. Gillis rolls out to his right. Looks like he's going to keep this one. Nice blocking up ahead. He gets 10 yards. Breaks a tackle. Upton finally brings him down about the 5-yard line.
All right, tackle made by Sean Upton. One of the big things we'll see out there, French and Sexton, a little heavier tacklers. And Sean's having a tough time. Gilly's a pretty good-sized kid for a quarterback. But he does make the tackle and gets him out of play. But you saw that time they took a page out of South Poland's book when we beat them bad last time, and they went right out around the side, and Connick with a crushing block on Dan Roediger to seal the outside.
So that's going to be 1st and goal on about the 8-yard line.
Restless.
Gillis gives it to number 25, who's up at to about the 3, stopped by Drew Hughes.
Yeah, Tom's again, and again, you're so worried about DeAndrea. Now the shoe's on the other foot. They watched Lawson so heavily, and here's Tom's having a pretty good game right up the middle himself.
2nd down and about 5.
A lot of weapons. Again, Poland was touted to be a very talented team all the way down the line. Your dad made the comment yesterday, one of the most talented teams he thinks in the league this year. And, you know, we don't expect them to go down easy this time.
Officials timeout, 2nd down and 5. We're going in. They pitch it over to the right. Oh, nice move by DeAndrea, who's stopped for about a 2-yard gain. Geez, he made a nice move there. He had like two guys that had shed their blockers and were ready to tackle him, and he broke inside and gained about 2 yards on a possible loss.
Really froze the defense there. Finally, you see Beck in there getting up off the bottom of the pile, and Drew Hughes. But there was 2 of our linemen right there ready for him, as you said. He just really froze him with that move.
3rd down and 1. Riots playing goal line D here.
Well, I'll tell you, the Riot defense being tested early here, and it's going to be even more important that the offense, when they get their chance, really run the ball, run some time off that clock.
They go up the chute, and I don't know. That's going to be close.
Poland says they score. South Poland quiet right now. Chad Burner in the bottom of the pile there, and he's hanging on for dear life. Official now is signaling touchdown.
Touchdown. The field judge is
Touchdown.
Yeah, field judge down there said no, but the head judge said yes, it is. So Portland taking the lead here. Of course, the paper's prediction is out the wall because we already scored 7 points.
Oh, good snap. They put it down. It's a squibbler. It's good. That was ugly.
Well, I'll tell you, we're not getting to him. It just switched at the last second. Let's see if the kicker notices that and kicks away from Lawson again.
Nope, they booted up the middle. Unusual. That's going to go in the end zone.
Yeah.
20-yard line. Riots will have no chance to return, and they'll take over.
Portland having it all their way right now, Brett. They really have got the momentum going their way, everything.
Riots offense needs to show that they can do something here. It's going to be 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
Well, you know, they've scored enough and during the regular season and put up enough points that it was never that the defense was carrying the offense all year. As good as the defense has been, last game they did. The defense had to carry them a little bit. They weren't able to get moving. Today, I think they've got to show that they can move the ball.
They give it to Lawson up the chute, who doesn't get anything there. They gain about a half a yard.
Again, nothing going to be in the middle. We didn't have anything in the middle last time against Portland. They do a good job at clogging up the middle of that line. As we talked earlier, there are 2 guards on the front on Portland, usually just submarine, so that there's no place to go in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Lawson and Foss in the backfield. They pitch it off to Lawson, who's hit back. Nice play by number 32, got by Fawcett.
Yeah, that was Gabe Rourke. Gabe Rourke is their new punter, but Gabe Rourke is one of their better players. Okay, South Portland 3rd and very long, Brett, and you got the wind in your face now, and now you force yourself to have to throw the ball deep. 3 and out won't help that defense any today.
Nope. We got twins over the left. Fawcett split out with Davis. Lawson's a single back. They give it to Upton, who is stopped dead.
Okay, again, Portland fired up against the run, and South Portland really not mixing it up right now. They've got to mix the ball up a little. I don't care if the wind is in your face. You're not going to run through a Portland defense fired up like this.
Riots will kick again, this time into the wind.
Yeah, it was tough enough the last time on the centering pass to get off a good kick, so Andrew Fawcett will line up. Done a good job all year. He had that one game there was pretty bad, but other than that, he's done a pretty good job with this all year.
Looks like Portland's coming. Nice snap this time. Blackwood gets it off.
Too bad the wind was in his face.
Good kick, and it's going to be rolling down to about the 40-yard line.
Good field position again for Portland to start off, and South Portland defense got check time already. This is early in the game.
Yep. 7:52 left to go in the first half. 14-7. Bulldogs commanding the game right now.
Well, again, this is the team that was touted to go undefeated, go all the way this year. Slipped against Marshwood, got crushed against South Portland, and coming back now and showing why that they were considered to be one of the best.
We got twins right. One over here on the left. I formation, quick in. Connick catches it for 10. Brought down for 15-yard gain.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I saw nobody step up that time. It was obvious they were going to throw one of those 2 wings coming out, and nobody stepped up to make sure they covered the other one. You can't just sit there and watch him and give him 5 yards distance.
That went straight through Rudiger's hands. He just barely missed that one.
Yeah, Dan really held his position there at end and jumped up, but just wasn't able to get a hand on that.
1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Gillis rolling out to his left. He's going to keep it. Brought down by Rudiger. Finally a big play, 5-yard loss.
I'll tell you what, Rudiger has been crushed by blockers almost every play when they were running to his side. He finally gets a little redemption this time as he comes in real hard and takes Gillis down in the backfield.
Right, it's finally getting a big play. They haven't had one all series, all first half, really.
Well, you need them guys on the line and your linebackers. Those are the crux of your defense all year long. They've got to step up and make the big plays. Right now, give a lot of credit to the blocking scheme of Portland. They're doing a very good job making the holes for DeAndrea and number 25.
Portland spreading it out again. Miles in motion. Comes all the way across. He holds on to it. Oh, Drew Hughes crushes him.
Again, good call that time for the defense as they called for a blitz. Drew Hughes comes in untouched as he crushes Gillies.
Wow. Red Riots defense finally getting a little spark. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 20.
Well, quite frankly, it was a little early to start calling some special stunts and stuff, but the way they are running all over the South Portland defense there, that last set of downs, it looks like they've decided to start taking some chances and really come at them hard.
The scale is starting to sway a little.
Well, South Portland needs to turn it around big right here. You've got to force that big 4th down, and well, they might punt, but I don't even think they'll punt. They may go 2 downs here.
They spread it out. Twins, one over here. Gillis is going to give it up to shoot to DeAndrea, but brought down nicely by Blackwood.
Yeah, Ben Blackwood did a nice job as he really fought off his block, and basically got run right over by DeAndrea as he come through the line, and Ben just hung on, brought him down.
4th down, and it will look like the punt crew will pooch kick this one in.
Again, I would be very careful here, although Bailey a little conservative himself for the most part. Going up against a big team, they don't really want to give us the ball any closer to our goal line than they have to.
Right.
So I believe you'll probably punt this. And Gabe Rourke will be back as they've decided not to go with Bobby Agger. Good decision.
They aren't even going to stay back. They're going to let this one kick off.
Portland's in motion. They'll lose another 5.
Penalty flag on the play.
Ooh, that was an awesome kick. Did you see that go out at the 2?
Yep. That was unbelievable.
I'll tell you what, Rourke really showed his stuff. We badmouthed Egger really bad when we played them in Portland. And they did end up bringing Rourke in, and he showed his stuff then. I thought he would look like he's a way better kicker.
So they throw it 5 yards back. It's going to be 4th and 23, and it looks like the 31-yard line.
Okay, this is a big play.
I think this is a sign the sun has come out. The sun has come out. Rourke gets a nice snap this time. Gets it off, kicks it over to the right. It's going to be out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. That's a nice kick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're close enough now, either one, but that last one was just incredible. Thank goodness they get the penalty. Okay, South Portland offense got to open up here, Brett.
Definitely. We got to see something from the Red Riots. The defense has done their job. Now the Red Riots offense has got to show something.
Yeah, and the defense can't be expected to go at this Portland team the whole game.
Nope.
Biddeford, we controlled the first half pretty much. It was the second half where we really had our struggles. And this time it's way too early. You cannot count on your defense to do it the whole game.
1st and 10 on the 14. Cook gives it to Lawson over the left, who's hit behind the line, but gets about 5. Late hit, and they're not going to call it.
We saw some real nasty action against Portland the last time we played against them, and
they're a bunch of jerks.
The officials really looked the other way a lot.
Yep.
Even then. I mean, there was some flagrant kicking when a guy was down and everything.
2nd and 6. Riots have got to get a 1st down here.
I'll tell you, I see some resolve in that front line. They know they've got to start pushing Portland back a little bit.
Cook takes a snap, gives it to Fawcett, who's got room, breaks a tackle and gets a 1st down.
Great open field tackle there by Connick, or Andrew probably could have gone all the way.
Red Riots finally go up the chute and get a good 7 yards on that. Fawcett making a big carry in his 1st and 10 on the 25.
Well, I'll tell you what, Andrew has got to keep going. Again, wind in your face. It's tough to get a passing game going here, but
1st and 10. Lawson shifts to the eye. We got a timeout. This is a pretty important series right now.
Yeah, every play's going to be important. I think
he's got 2 other timeouts. He's all set. Okay, so he brings him up in the T formation. We got Davis split out to the left. They give it up to shoot to Fawcett, who gets about 5 yards.
Okay, I'll be interesting. I see no flag, but number 45 was holding right onto the face mask of Andrew Fawcett the whole time.
And then he tries to fake it and help him up. The Coach Zinchuk, a little mad at that. He saw the face mask. And
it was blatant.
Yeah. I don't know. It looked close. He could have been on his helmet. So Riots will have a 2nd down and 6.
Good pickup for a 1st down, though. If you can always pick up them 4 or 5 yards in a 1st down, that's a good pickup.
Fawcett's seen a little action here. Cook gives it to Lawson this time, who's got a hole. He's up for the first down and brought for a 10-yard gain.
I'll tell you what, Sean Upton and Drew Hughes did a nice job. Sean Upton making a nice block there just to seal off that end a little bit so Lawson could make this cut upfield.
Riots are starting to roll.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's the blockers on this Riot team, that front line that has to come up. Portland doing a good job shutting them down early, and now it looks like they're starting to push back a little bit. Offense has never been more important to this team than today's game, I think.
Kenny is still out of the tackle position. Bulldogs look like they're coming. Cook holds on, it's trouble. Oh! Drew Hughes falls on it.
That'll be a fumble.
Fumble on the play. Interrupted by Drew Hughes.
Again, our stunting Portland defense really doing a nice job, and again, the Portland blockers are going to have to start picking some of this stuff up.
That's a loss of about 8. You saw that one coming all the way. Official timeout. Oh, it's fine.
Now they're rolling the clock, I think. Yep.
It's going to be second down and 18.
Well, again, they were in a situation where they were going to have to start throwing the ball a little bit anyway. You need some quicker slants, though. Right now, you've got to keep Portland back on the heels a little bit, so you've got to run some quick plays.
Okay, Rice, try again. They give it to Lawson, who's got a hole. He breaks the tackle. Rhino's going. He's got up to about the 40-yard line, 45.
He's going to be about 2 yards shy of that first down, and just when we're talking about putting the ball in the air, Timmy Lawson's front line opens a huge hole for him, and he busts it open.
That last play, the sack, Wolfgram wasn't happy. I believe somebody's job, I don't know if this is center or not, but somebody's got to come back and hit that backside backer. Usually the center does because there's nobody up the middle, but he wasn't happy at all. Third down, and they're going to give him a bunch for that. Third down and 2.
It is.
Upton shifts over to the right.
Yep, I see it.
They give it to Lawson, who's got the first down, maybe.
Well, I'll tell you, he's laying right on top of Chadbourne, who's over the first down.
They'll give it to him.
I take that back. That's your brother, Brett.
Josh.
That's Josh Wolfgram.
Nice job. First down. Riots keep it going.
I can see Josh laying right on the red line, and, and Timmy was right on top of him, so I says, that's got to be a first down.
Josh looks a little dazed.
Well, he got hit pretty good there. A lot of people on top of him right then.
1:20 left to go. Clock is becoming a factor. Cook's going to throw it. He's looking up the shoot to Ben Beck, who catches it. Holds onto the ball and gets down to about the 35-yard line.
Well, we talked about some people stepping up, and Ben, we teased him a little bit about dropping a couple early in the season. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but he comes up big on this one.
I believe we're going to see a couple quick passes here.
Oh, absolutely. With only 1 minute and 11 seconds, South Portland really would like to score here in the sticks. The clock should have stopped only for the movement of the sticks. Officials signaled a timeout to Coach Wolfgram.
I guess one of the kids called the timeouts.
That's what they're saying, yes.
Wolfgram not happy, but he'll take it. First and 10. Cook holds on to it. He's got blockers. Oh, it's going to be a sack way back.
He needed to get rid of that, Brett. He did not need to take that loss. He had time to see that guy coming and just wing it or something.
Second down, they're going to call it at the 45-yard line. Clock continuing to go.
Yeah, they need to stop the clock here. Again, you're going to have to throw the ball anyway. Probably just throw the ball down, stop it. I don't know. It looks like they're going to run a play, though.
40 seconds left to go. Lawson's a single back. Cook brings him up. He rolls out to his left, gives it to Lawson, who's got a screen over to the left, gets a couple yards, trying to get out of bounds, but it's not going to happen, and Wolfgram's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, well, they're keying on Timmy Lawson right then. They were really watching him all the way, and he didn't really have a chance to make anything develop there. I see Kenny back in the game now, tried to bust through, but really, Cook had a lot of time right then. They didn't let the rush through. Usually on a screen, you got to let the rush through a little bit, and they didn't do that.
Kenny is back in, as you can see.
Okay, well, 27 seconds to go, and again, in my mind, Brett, the important thing was not to let Portland have the ball back. The offense had to move the ball down the field a little. They did that, and they had to control it the rest of the. Got a brave bunch of cheerleaders down there today, as they're in their shirt sleeves. Ooh. I mean, it's not real cold today. The wind's blowing pretty good. As you see, it looks like it's slowing down just a little bit. It's not really whipping like it was, but it's not as cold, not even as cold as last week. So really very good playing weather. Okay, South Portland offense got to get something moving here now for this team.
They're going to put Lawson. Lawson is a single back. Davis is split out. Upton's over to the right. He goes out for Twins. Good blocking. Hey, Upton is open, but no.
Yeah, you're right. Sean had some room. Needed the ball on target. Jason, really a lot of pressure there. Wasn't able to set himself to make a good, strong throw.
So the Riots will have a play here. They got 4th down and about 18.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're going to give the ball back to Poland here if they don't make something happen. So at least they need to get a 1st down here.
And this isn't bad territory for the Blazers.
Oh, yeah. They could still throw a long play if they wanted to.
I'm looking at a slant or something like that. Nothing too biting. I mean, if they get it, they get it. So Cook takes a 5-step. He's looking. Screen pass over to Lawson. Oh, slips.
Pass completion. Jason Cook to Lawson.
So the Bulldogs would take over here for the last 16 seconds of the ball of the first half.
Yeah, needed to go downfield a little more than that. Timmy didn't have much room to run. Poland was playing that well. There's no assurance had he not slipped that he still wouldn't have got tackled right away.
Timeout Portland. This could be a long, and he is back in as well on offense. Connick's over the right. Ham is here on the left. Miles is running around. They give it to DeAndrea, who breaks it.
He's gone.
He's got plenty of room. Oh, Story to beat. Story brings him down. Nice play. Knocks him out of bounds with 7 seconds left.
Well, we talked about Story's speed, and I'll tell you, thank goodness he was there because he's the only man left to stop.
Brings him down to about the 7-yard line.
Again, time with for one more play. It'll be, well, actually maybe 2 more if they pass it.
I think we're going to see a couple pass plays here.
Yeah, because they can go right into the end zone this close. And we remember against Gardner how much of an advantage the offense has inside the 10 with a 1st down to try to score. You know, and this time though you're limited by the clock.
We got Twins over the right. Man on the left again. Gillis takes a drop step, slant in the middle. Nice job by Kierstead, almost intercepted.
Yeah, Kierstead couldn't quite haul it in, but a nice job to knock it down.
Ben Beck was there too on that slant pass. 2 clicks off the clock.
Well, they've got to play very tight here, Brett, because you know that everything's really short. You've got your safety out there and your cornerbacks to watch for the long, so the linebackers really have got to watch out for the short stuff.
Yep. They're going to call a timeout here.
Oh, of course, they got it to spare, right? You might as well use it up, see if you can come up with a play.
Gilly's giving the last-minute instructions to DeAndrea. T formation.
Miles out of the backfield.
They give it to Miles over the right. Oh, nice job by Story. Incomplete, and that's 2 more clicks left.
I haven't really felt Bobby Story was really settling into this game yet until the last 2 plays when he made that tackle down here on DeAndrea, coming from the complete other side of the field, and then right then, that was a great hit on a much bigger man.
So the field goal team comes in. Interesting call here.
I'll put the points on. It makes South Poland still have to score make 2 scores to get in. The second half.
Okay, Portland's ready to kick. It's going to be about a 15-yard kick.
Just inside the 50.
Got the wind behind his back, so that's a big advantage.
Snaps down.
He's off.
Looks like it's going to float through.
Can't tell from here. Looked like it was going.
So
you lose your out.
So they got 24 minutes here left to go in this game. Bulldogs kicking off. Nice kick deep to Salamone. Salamone's going to field it at about the 15. Hits the first wedge, gets through it, breaks a tackle, finally brought down. Oh, he's still up. He finally brought out of bounds at the 43.
All right, there's the contribution by the special teams as Chris Salamone makes a great run and fights people off and gets a good yardage up to about the 43-yard line. I think that's exactly what we're talking about. We've watched the defense all year long really shut people down so bad that none of the other squads have really had to step up big.
We're seeing some major enthusiasm now. Salamone came off the field like he was a bat out of heck. 1st and 10, Riots have it on the 43-yard line. 2 backs. They give it. No, Cook keeps it. He's going to throw it. Looking. Nobody there.
Okay, ball wasn't catchable then, or we could have had a little pass interference on Gillies, who was really pushing. I couldn't see who that was out there to receive. Davis from behind, but again, the ball wasn't catchable, so no call. Of course, we haven't seen a call all game, have we?
No, they're really, I just listening. Last week, Portland had 16 penalties called against them. They've only had 2 today.
Well, they were in Marshwood last week. You're in the greater Portland area now.
2nd down and 10 still. They give it to Lawson up the chute. He's got some room. Oh, the Rhino gets 10, maybe 12.
Okay, again, just the threat now that South Portland is going to open things up a little bit, and a fired-up offensive front line.
This team is mad.
Exactly. They haven't been down. The offense hasn't had to do this, and I think the offense knows that the finger's being pointed at them.
Yep. They haven't played well the last half of the Biddeford game. They squeaked it out, and now the first half wasn't exactly there either. So they got to show their stuff now.
And they haven't had to been carried all year long. So now they're going to step it up and say, hey, we can do it.
I formation. Davis split out. They give it to Fawcett, who's hit behind the line and gets back to the line.
Again, some good defensive play. You can't expect Portland just lay down and die because South Portland's mad. They've got a championship to win here themselves that they're going for. So I see Beck come into the game now, and Davis will come off. Yeah, remember, I think Davis wearing the same number that his brother wore when he played 3 years ago.
High formation. Cook gives it. Hull keeps it. Flicks it to, Upton, who's crushed. Gets about 3 yards.
All right, though. Sean Upton needed to get himself involved in the offense a little bit. Gets open, and Cook gets him the ball. Good play.
3rd down and about 6. Got a good 3 yards on that.
Yep, he did. And not only that, but we're probably, at this joint of the game, we're in foreground territory. I do not believe we'll punt from here unless we lose yardage on a play or something. South Portland really needs to come out, and it is time to take chances, too. It's time to be aggressive.
I believe that they're going to get a 1st down anyway, so it won't really matter.
I'm with you, Brett.
Davis split out. No motion, thank God. Oh, nice slant. Davis holds on to the ball, and he's down to the 25.
Did you see that reach back catch by Davis as he reached back and sucked it right in?
Thrown behind him, Davis brings it in, and big play, big play down the 25-yard line. Riots continue to roll here.
And again, Coach Wolfgram, I think, has just looked at his offense and said, hey, I got the tools out there, and yes, the runs worked all year for me, but I've got to do something to shock this Portland team, and he's doing it.
Yep. 10 minutes left to go. Wright's having an excellent drive here. Davis is split out to the right. We got Upton over there. Well, they give it to Fawcett anyways. Lawson, who stopped behind the line.
Well, I'll tell you, that time somebody got through on the Portland line and hit Andrew Fawcett, so he wasn't able to get out of the way of the play, and you're right, he almost got the ball handed to him.
Yep. 2nd down, gains about a yard on that.
Okay, the middle, they're really stopping the sweeps, and I really think that you need to get Lawson outside. They've got to come up with a way to make them sweeps work. They've got to try to find a way to seal off them ends that are coming up so quickly and make them sweeps work again. They're letting Portland take away one of the biggest parts of our game. Again, we're in 4-down territory. 2nd down, South Portland.
Lawson, Fawcett in the backfield. Cook gives it, almost a fumble. He keeps it. Miss fumble there.
Yeah, really, he never got a hold of the ball properly that time off the centering pass, and didn't need to lose yardage. But again, we're going to make this up.
3rd down and looks like 13.
We can't keep coming up and have to have the big plays, though. You've got to make things work to get a drive to work well. You've got to always get the amount of yards you expect on a play. Always get that 3, 4, 5 yards every time.
Portland getting a break there. Broken play.
Yes, they do, and Portland's defense really, they're not back on their heels yet. You see they're still playing very strong, very aggressive. South Portland still has to go after them.
Upton in motion, single back Lawson, and Cook rolls out to his right. Got plenty of time. Davis off. The pass is off.
Yeah, again, Davis not really probably run his routes the same way as Ben French does, so probably that looked like it was thrown as an out and looked like Davis had cut in a little bit. He was open, though.
4th down and a long 13.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a big play for South Portland. Although they've shown their offense can work, you still got to maintain that and score. And you don't want your defense to have to come out here and make stops constantly because you haven't really got yourself up to par yet.
Same formation. Lawson's a single back. Cook takes a snap. Quick draw. It's a timing pattern. Davis is open. He caught it inbounds, but that's not going to be enough for a first down.
I'll tell you what, he's very close to see where they spotted, Brett.
Oh, does he have it?
He's close, very close.
Yes, they give it to him. First down, Riots. No. What are they going to do? They're going to call it over. Oh, just give it to him.
It's definitely a first down. You can see that they're about on the halfway mark between the lines, and he's definitely on the far side of the halfway mark.
They're going to bring the chains all the way over, it looks like.
Yeah, that's a good spot, by the way, for South Poland. I didn't see exactly where he came down, but it was close, so they did give him a good spot.
Nate Davis showing he can step up here, and he's got some key passes here in the second half already.
I'll tell you, that was huge. Yeah, they definitely got a first down here by a yard, by a foot.
Yep, the Red Riots have a first down, and they're fired up down there.
There goes our flagman down there. A couple of South Poland's finest. Again, South Poland needed that catch big time.
Big time.
Nate Davis really come up with it. I'm seeing Jason a little off here today.
Yeah.
But, you know, he hasn't really
thrown anything
right
into the wind.
16 flags.
I believe the Riots are poised now.
Yes, I think so. I think they know that they're back. They just got to execute.
So Cook gives it to Lawson over the right tackle. He's got about a yard.
Yeah, about a yard is all they got out of that, too, is that defense still very strong in the middle. And I still think sometime along here we've got to establish that outside run for Timmy Lawson. And I don't know what changes they'll need to make, but they've got to get somebody out there and block so Timmy can get outside. Again, we got 3 plays to look forward to here as we are deep in the Portland territory now. So South Poland really doesn't need to get wild or crazy. They're only down by 10.
T formation. Cook gives it. No, keeps it for himself. He's being chased by Kenny, who almost brings him down. Nice. Caught by Fawcett, who gets the first down. Fumble. Beck's on it, though, I think.
Poland's got it.
No, Poland has it. Fawcett on it, fumbled that. He had a first down.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Andrew Fawcett fumbled it, but he caught it very low on his leg, and he never got it up in his hands where he needed it before he got hit. He tried to turn and run, but he never actually got the ball up where he wanted it.
So Portland getting a big break there. They're going to have 1st and 10 on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, they're giving Andrew a little bit of consolation down there, but again, he was never able to get the ball. It didn't hit him on the numbers, folks. It hit him right on almost on the shin pads, and he just never got it under control.
Gillis gives it off straight up the chute, but blown back. Nice play by Kierstead. Fired up and ready to go.
I'll tell you what, the South Poland defense knows now that they've got Poland pinned deep in their own territory. They've got to keep them here.
Yep.
South Poland offense has shown some signs of life. They've got to keep this team pinned back and get the ball.
2nd and 11 at the 3. That was a loss of 1.
Anything in the middle, I think South Poland can control. It's when they get outside, again, we're talking Bobby Story and Shot Upton. They've been picking on them a little bit. They've got to keep the ball from getting outside, or those guys got to step up and make big plays.
Okay, we got 2 back again. Gillis takes it, gives it, up to shoot again, but nothing there.
Now, Napolitano on the run, and he's one of their other bruisers. We didn't see much of him. Toms was doing most of the inside running. Suddenly, they got Napolitano down near the goal line. They're using him.
3rd and 9, Riots holding tough.
Again, Portland has stopped a touchdown here. Even if they don't get anywhere right now, they're just thankful that the touchdown was averted, and if they have to kick, they'll kick. South Poland, this is a big play for South Poland defense. They need to stop Poland here.
Up close and personal. Oh, broken play. Looks like a sack. Wait, it could be a touchdown! Greg Morris picked that one out of the air, and he fell in for a touchdown.
I'll tell you right now, Gilly's wondering why he didn't just fall down and give him the 2. He tried to fight his way out, and South Poland knocked the ball loose and recovered it by Greg Morris.
He threw it. The quarterback threw the ball away.
He actually tried to throw it, they're saying now, and we did kind of lose him a little there, but South Poland with a touchdown.
Amazing.
A little confusion here.
Amazing.
We want a different ball to kick.
Look like one of those broken play, usual plays that they try. They try the broken play, I think, as a play. The quarterback holds on, and they send everybody to the right, and he kind of rolls to the left. But that time it didn't work, and Roediger was in there and almost sacked him for 2, but instead Morris gives us 6.
Yeah, and again, we're not sure whether the ball got knocked loose or he tried to throw it. Some are saying he was actually trying to lateral the ball to somebody, and South Poland recovered.
Tough snap. It's through.
And Blackwood again. Another poor snap this time to Jason Cook. That's 2 today. But Ben smartly waits until the ball is set and makes the kick.
That could be it. Blackwood's going to kick off again. This is starting to become a barn burner, people.
Well, we were hoping for a good game. Of course, we want our team to win, but we'd like to see a good game.
Blackwood boots it down, squib kick, line drive. Connick fields it at the 20. He breaks again. Jeez. Finally brought down nicely by Drew Hughes.
I'll tell you, that time Drew did hold his position. He expected that to happen, but that's still too big a gain. They've got to close it up quicker than that.
That was 25 yards on that one.
The nickname Kamikaze Squad comes because you got to have people that are willing to fly their bodies in the middle and break those wedges up, and I'm not seeing that right now. They're standing up, letting themselves be blocked. They've got to fly in there and break that wedge.
5:48 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Riots now have a little momentum. Defense takes over again. They're going to have 1st and 10 on their own 45 going in. Good field position, though.
Well, defense got to do it again, Brett. This time, though, Poland's got some room to work.
Connick Miles over here on the left, and they give it up the shoot to DeAndrea, who stopped for no gain.
I'll tell you what, some nice work there by the defensive line. Chadburn in on the tackle, along with Kevin Ryan. What I'm seeing right now, Chadbourne, Ryan, Morris, all of them, Blackwood, they've all got to step up a little bit on that defensive front line. This Poland offensive line does a good job blocking. I thought they did the first game too. And they've got to step it up.
2nd down, same formation, 9 yards to go. Gillis, quick slant over to Miles. Miles gets outside. Nice job by Story. Story takes him down for about a 2-yard gain.
That's what I was talking earlier. I thought Story and Upton were being picked on a little, and they were not making the hard tackles. Story looked like he come on in the end of that first half and making some big tackles, and there's another one right there.
You know what I think was big, like you said, was that the Red Riots offense finally showed their colors at the last series, and I think that was exactly what you said, that it was a big series, because basically the defense is now fresh and ready to go on the 2nd half.
Well, they got the whole last 4 or 5 minutes of the first half to rest, and now they've got, this amount of time.
3rd down and 7. DeAndrea is in motion. They give it a misdirection play. Miles has got the 1st down. Upton brings him down.
All right, a good solid tackle by Sean Upton that time. And again, he and Story have really had a lot of contact out there, and this time Upton comes up.
Now it becomes a motion.
Well, I'll tell you what, Poland, again, you can't count them out on anything, and you see that they're doing those little delays, faking it to DeAndrea and setting things up in Miles. They're disguising it very well, but the point is there's a huge hole right there for him to run through once he got the ball.
That was a big play for Portland. They got a 1st down, and they needed it. We got Twins to the right. They give it to DeAndrea again, who's got a little room on the outside. Brought down by Upton.
Another good tackle again. You see Upton really get involved out there on the defense as they are running right in those directions. They're picking on what we consider the new guy.
Yep.
And Story come up big a couple times, and now Sean Upton has come up with a couple of good tackles.
They're going to get another 1st down on that.
Again, 17-14. The South Poland defense can afford here to give a little bit, but in the end, they cannot give up a score. If you're going to come back, you can't give up scores.
They spread them out again. Twins over the right. Gillies, give it up to the shoot. Who gets 5?
Tom's back into the game now, running. As I said, they seem to use Napolitano down there when they're on the goal line trying to get something. And now you see Tom's back in running well.
2nd down and 5.
Very quick hitting stuff for Poland here right now, Brett. As I see, everything there's nothing has to be set up. It's all quick hitting stuff. The backs are getting into the line very quickly, so the hole doesn't have to really be big. The big plays are going to come now from, I think, Drew Hughes and Kierstead. They're going to have to fill them holes quickly.
Geez, I was just about to say wind wasn't going to play a factor, but we just got a big gust coming in. Miles goes in motion. He's going all the way across. They give it to DeAndrea, who's got a hole. Finally brought down.
Okay, that time you saw Drew Hughes coming in on a stunt. Matter of fact, it looks like Coach Wolfram didn't want that called right then. As I see him complaining a little bit about it because Drew come in and the play was already by where he was coming through.
Well, that's what stunning is. You do it or you don't.
That's true. You got to be aggressive. And this time it didn't work. I mean, but how many times have we seen the big play come out of that?
1st down and 10 on the 20-yard line. excuse me, the 19. Portland putting together a good drive here.
I'll tell you what, Portland is not going to lie down dead. After what I saw in the first half, we know that talent is there.
The Twins right. Miles brings it across. Same play, it looks like. DeAndrea the other way. He's got a hole. He's still up.
Right now, I'm watching our linemen aren't doing too bad. They're getting by, but the linebackers and the ends are getting stood up, Brett. They've got to keep them shoulders down and push and close them holes up.
They got second down and about 5.
See, Portland getting that nice 4 and 5 yards every time on a first down, and that's what you want. That's how you keep your sustained drives going.
Riots losing a little wind from their opening.
Well, they're in a tough spot here still. Portland's still a little fired up, and they know they can move the ball against this team. They've already proved it the first half.
Miles, nope. They're going to keep it this time. In the middle, touchdown.
Pass completion for the touchdown.
I'll tell you what, that ball was perfectly thrown.
That was a good pass.
And Ben Beck was there, but again, he was behind the receiver, and that gave him just that little bit of an opening to catch that ball in. So this makes it a little tighter. That'll bring it up to, what, 23-14? South Portland down by, well, if they get the kick, they'll be down by 10 again. Portland didn't give up against Marshwood. I said you can come back against them. You saw South Portland come right out second half, charge, go down the field, score a touchdown. But Portland did score some more against Marshwood last game, so they've got some staying power.
Snaps down, kicks up. It's good.
Yep, he's very consistent on that, is Ager. We didn't like him as a punter, but we're beginning to hate him as an extra point kicker.
With 1:54 left to go in the third quarter.
Well, I'll tell you what, both teams have showed some stuff to me, Brett, but the best team always wins, and if South Portland wants to be the best, they've got to beat Portland for the second time.
Yep. Line drive kick picked up. Finally by Solomon, he's just going to drop under it.
Okay, a little bit of talking, I think, from behind. They could have easily caught that from behind story. Timmy Lawson was right there. Probably that time Kevin should have just let the ball go through. Didn't bounce like that one time when it bounced right over everybody's head.
First down and 10 on the 24-yard line.
Again, that's not poor field position. We would have liked to seen it up here a little farther, about another 15, 20 yards.
Right, it's got to keep that motion going. Cook gives it off to Lawson, who's hit behind the line.
Okay, Kenny in from his tackle position. Really got some penetration that time. Whoever it is to block him, it better do it next time. You got to remember that if you expect Jason, even if you do expect Jason to pass, you got to give him time to throw the ball, and he didn't have a lot of that.
Right. Riots have got to break something here. They got to keep it moving on this offensive drive.
Well, yeah, they have. Every time Portland scores, they have to score. There's just no doubt about it. You cannot let them have the advantage. The game is way too short for that.
So Cook takes a snap, gives it to Lawson, who's got about 5 yards.
Tim Lawson on drive, 45 and 77.
Okay, Timmy's going to pick up about 4 or 5 this time, but it's a third down and a big 4 or 5 more yards.
Yep, third down and 5 on both the 30-yard line. 29 the yard line.
Well, of course, you can't expect miracle catches every time you throw the ball either. So, one way or another, we hope like this one's on target, or if it's a run that they get a good hole and break it.
Right. Davis is split out here.
Well, Davis, a little bit of the hero there on that last drive, as he did a nice job on a couple of passes.
Single back, Fawcett's in motion. Cook keeps it. He's looking. Dumps it to Roediger, who has a catch, and he's down to about the 45-yard line. Nice catch.
And I'm telling you, I'm watching a senior out there catching the ball, sucking it in, and then covering it with both hands, saying, if I break open, fine, but other than that, I'm not dropping this ball.
So Riots squeak through another third down and get it up to about the 45-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, good solid plays, and the receivers are getting open, Brett. I mean, it's not that Jason doesn't have open receivers to throw to. That time the offensive line also gave him enough time to set and make the good throw.
Eastern Maine, third quarter, Bangor 7, Oxford Hills 6.
Woo, close one up to Bangor and Oxford Hills. I just called it.
Yeah, matter of fact, the radio guy come out earlier and said that Oxford Hill was on the move, though, and looking pretty good up there, but... Portland, I mean, what a lift they're getting. I mean, they thought they were down and out at the end of the season.
Yep. Okay, first down. Yeah, they were looking tough. First down on the 46. Riots need to keep going here. They give it to Lawson, who tries to break outside. Running. Ooh. He took a nice shot there. It gets about 3 yards.
Well, I'll tell you what, DeAndrea probably paid the bigger price, but at least he stopped him.
Yep.
Timmy, not able, on those sweeps, not able to get his shoulders upfield right now. He's still running laterally, and that's why they're able to bring him down, usually on the first or second try. Usually, before it was taking him 4 or 5 tries.
Portland definitely learning from last time.
Well, again, I thought they were a much better team than what we actually, than the score showed. We just cut off big plays, too many big plays, that's all, and just destroyed them. But they're showing their colors now.
Second down, Lawson's going to roll out now. Cook looking. He's giving Lawson a timing pattern. It's ugly. Oh, geez.
I'll tell you, that just sailed right off of Jason Cook's hands, and it wasn't even close.
Connick had 6.
Got the wind behind him a little bit there, and, well, if it hadn't been for the wind, I think Connick would have had an interception.
Connick had 6 there. That was pretty lucky.
Play like that has to be a line drive throw, Brett. It has to be thrown right on the numbers to him. He was wide open, nobody in front of him. You got to give him the ball right on the numbers so he can catch it and run with it.
Third down. About 8.
And this is doubtful that we'll go to 4th down on this one here. They've got to get a first down on this play, or I think it's kick time.
Davis is back in. He's split out. Single back. Upton in motion. Cook's rolling. Doesn't have much time. Gives it to Lawson on the screen pass. He's got it. It works this time. He's got plenty of room. He's finally brought down nicely on the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Timmy only needs to get away from one more hand. He'd have broke that all the way.
Jeez, first down. Riots dodging on the bullet.
Well, I'll tell you what, the offense is making the plays when they have to, Brett, and they're not real pretty every time, but they're doing it, and that's that's showing what they're made of.
1st and 10. Cook got crunched on that too.
Yeah, Cook, I'll tell you, he stood in there that time. He knew he was going to get hit, and he had to make a good throw, and he stood in there and made it.
1st and 10. Single back. Lawson comes around. They give it to Lawson. Doesn't have much room. Drew's out there, but he only gets about a yard.
Well, that time Drew kind of missed the block, but it didn't matter. There was 2 other blue shirts out there. He could only tackle one at a time as they were coming from different directions.
Bulldogs D is definitely showing something different than what we've seen last time.
Well, I'll tell you, again, Timmy is cutting the ball up a lot. That time, with Drew out in front of you, maybe that time you let Drew hit your man and you try to swing out around the defense. He would have had a big gainer then.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, no yardage on that.
I think the Portland defense has got him psyched. I think they got him feeling that they can't get outside, and I think there is a possibility.
Rudiger hurries off the field. Cook's got a single back. He takes 1 step. Timing pattern to Davis, who catches it! Oh my Lord!
That was an incredible catch.
Wow. Davis stepping out up unbelievably.
I'll tell you, Nate Davis has just made 3 incredible catches in this game. And I'm telling you, that's just the best one of the bunch so far.
Davis looks like he's paid for that too.
Well, he already had a little bit of a sprained ankle, looked like, and he made that catch, threw the ball right down. Well, he's in there, though. He didn't come out, but he is hurting a little bit.
That's a Portland time.
Playing very tough in the middle, Brett. I haven't really seen them let up yet. We're not breaking anything.
Nope.
Of course, our guys are probably a little tired. They're working just as hard down there.
Single back, Lawson. Fawcett's gonna roll. They fake it to him. Cook's rolling out. Got plenty of time. He's got Rudiger wide open. Rudiger holds on to it. He's down to the 5. Big play.
Just thought it would be a big day for Dan Rudiger. As I said, generally I try to watch all the receivers when they go out. And we know that Jason usually is going to go to the primary receiver, which happens to be Dan now. And nobody's really watching for Dan. And he has just been open all day.
1st and goal on the 5. Riots knocking on the door.
They've got to respect Nate Davis now, though, don't they? Huh?
Yeah. Riots lined did an excellent job that last one. Cook could have stood there for another 3 days.
Yeah, really. They're doing very well pass blocking right now.
Okay, Cook pitches off to Lawson, who breaks inside. He's got 1 man. Oh, no, he gets down to about the 2.
Again, he's still running laterally, Brett. He is not able to really get himself turned upfield where he can actually push people backwards. And that's a credit to the Portland defense, who is not giving up. They're giving up every yard grudgingly.
Yep. Davis is out. Upton is in.
Well, I say, Dan, right now you're within inside the 5. This is where your running game has to work for you.
Yep.
It's been your really your stalwart all year long, and you cannot let Portland deny you this close.
Here we get goal line offense. The 3-back. Upton's in the back there. He shifts over to the right. Cook takes a snap, gives it Hole, keeps it for himself. Rudiger's open. Timing pattern too far.
Yeah, Jason led him just a little too much, but Roediger made a good effort at it. Almost got a diving catch. Not surprised by that play either. I really thought they'd go with a run, but I'm not surprised that Coach Wolfram not showing a lot of confidence in his passing game right now.
3rd and goal.
Of course, a lot of times to come back, you usually don't grind out a comeback anyway. It's always got to be usually in the air a little bit. Okay, again, 2 plays here to get a touchdown.
Geez, some hearts are pounding now.
Including ours.
We got the shift coming. They finally shifted off to the T formation. Cook takes the snap, gives it to Lawson around the end, who's hit back. Oh, he's hit way back. Taken down.
Yeah, Timmy's going to lose yardage on that one as Poland really did a nice job. And they read that play all the way. They needed really to do something different on that play that time.
What an interesting call maybe is a field goal here, but I know they're not going to call it. He's not going to call this one.
Well, we've asked for it all year long, but again, a field goal would be all right because then it puts you within a touchdown. But you know what Coach Wolfram wants a touchdown. The only problem is, Brett, there's no first down here. It's either in the end zone or not, or you're done.
They got 8 yards to go.
Well, they've been getting that 8 yards. Davis back in the game now. You got Roediger out there. Both of them having a really good game. Don't forget Andrew Fawcett coming out of the backfield.
We got Twins left. This is it. 4th down. Cook rolls to his left. No pressure. Looking in the middle. Roediger has a touchdown!
I'll tell you what a catch by Dan Roediger again.
In the middle. 45 was coming up and was going to kick Cook's butt if he didn't get rid of that ball.
I'll tell you what, not only that, but Jason Cook, are you watching him? He is standing there and looking at his receiver closely. The concentration is there. He is really taking the time to make his throws.
Okay, so pulling within a field goal here, right?
I love this game, don't you?
Woo. I'm going to drop dead.
This is exciting.
Yeah.
Trouble is, we've got to stop the kickoff. We got to stop the kick return team. Jason.
Blackwood is ready to kick. Cook puts it down. Nice snap. It's solid through the uprights.
That's down the middle, and everything worked on that one. There's a good centering pass, a good set, and a good kick.
So the Riots show that they are nowhere near dead here. It's 7:39 left to go in this game. They got down by 3.
I'll tell you now, folks, the key is the kickoff team. They have not stopped Poland yet today, have not made them take the ball deep in their own territory except off a penalty.
They've run 3 back. We have to stop them this time.
I'm surprised you don't see other guys, although I don't know how some of these other guys play this, like Robbie Kierstead in there and such. Those are all guys, tough guys that make big hits.
Connick down. Blackwood boots it this time. He's in the wind. Way back, and that's in the end zone. Blackwood puts it down, and they're going to start at the 20 this time.
I'll tell you what, Ben says we're not having a run back this time. I'm going to kick it so far, they're never going to get it back here.
Your attention, please. A set of keys has been found on the Portland side of the field. We're missing a set of keys.
Set of keys. We stole a set of keys. Okay, Riots D needing to come up big here. There's 7:36 left to go in the game.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm encouraged by the play of Upton and Bobby Story on the last drive as they come up and made some nice tackles. I think they're ready now to fill the positions that they've been put in today.
Miles in motion. They're going to send it over to the left. DeAndrea's got some room. No, brought down nicely for about a gain.
Drew Hughes coming in there quickly, making the tackle. Bobby Kierstead coming in to help him out afterwards.
They got a flag down. That could be holding.
I think I'd rather take the down from him, Brett. Yeah, it is against Portland.
Send it. Wolfgram sending it back.
Well, I'll say one thing. We've proved pretty much all day if we can push them back off penalties or off big defensive plays, they have not been able to get the first downs. Right. Coach Wolfram probably saying, hey, every time we push them back, we stop them. So let's see if that works.
Send them back. That's going to be 1st and 20 now. Riots, they'll start at the 10. Portland will start at the 10.
Wind blowing in their face. This is where having the wind at your back is going to help play a big factor.
Miles coming around. They're going to bring it this way. DeAndrea gets about 5.
Yeah, that was well disguised. They end up trying to go up the middle, and we're picking up who there in the middle.
I'm just impressed with DeAndrea. He's got about 25 moves. I'd be scared if he ever got out of the middle.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's probably one of the best backs in the state, and he is a senior this year. Probably one of the top candidates for the what's the trophy there? The high school?
Hobie, is it?
Yeah.
No, that's
no, it isn't.
That's hockey. Oh well. Oh, they give it up to number 40, Miles Around, who gets Out of bounds. Ooh, Upton takes a hit, but it looks like he's going to be called out of bounds for a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, that's the type of hits that Upton wasn't making early in the first half. Those guys were running right through him. This time he hits them hard and grabs a hold of him, and Fowl goes down with him.
3rd down and 11. Bulldogs are going to need something here. Riots have got some momentum.
Well, I'll tell you right, the Riots need the momentum because Portland has just played one whale of a game up to this point, and South Portland, quite frankly, has played a game totally out of their style. They just have been on the back of the heels most of the game, the defense, and we just haven't seen that.
We got people both sides. Connick on this side. We got one back. DeAndrea's coming around. Nope's going up the middle. Where's the ball? Stopped.
Robbie Kierstead that time. That play has always gone for big gainers. That time, Robbie Kierstead got a hold of his foot and held on. And this time, he went down.
Okay, Riots D come up big. That's 4th down and going to be 9. That looks like the punt team's coming in.
Well, I'll tell you what. You've got the lead at Portland. You don't go any kind of tricks right now. You've got the lead. Your defense has done a pretty good job most of the game. You've got to give it back to them.
Okay, Riots fired up and ready to go. Get the ball back.
What we don't need is a mistake here by the receiving team.
Stop it.
I don't believe in that.
Okay. Wind's in their face. Punt is away. Almost blocked.
Tell you what, pretty good punt.
O'Neill catches it. Make sure he catches it at the 46-yard line. The Riots will have good field position.
Nice job by Jimmy O'Neill, one of them seniors out there that has had to come up big with the changes today, and he's done it.
The Riots fans are definitely in this. The Riots players are definitely in this.
Wind at your back, your pass game's working. If you can get the run game going, you're going to run it. You're going to grind it right out against this
This is
team.
Football. Everybody is on their feet. There is nobody sitting down.
Matter of fact, you and I aren't sitting.
I know, we're not either.
Matter of fact, I'm moving my chair back, Brett. I think I'm
6-12.
out for the rest of the game.
6-12 left to go. 1st and 10. Riots start out in the T formation. Cook gives it off to Lawson, who's got some room and gets about 3 yards.
Yeah, nice run that time. And again, Coach Wolfram knows what he's got out there. He knows what's been his bread and butter all year long, and goes back to Timmy for a good solid 3 yards.
Hold on to the ball, everybody.
Well, this is one of the things. Portland's been doing a real good job at some of the hits after you make the catches, and our receivers have done a great job to hang on to the ball. They've got to continue doing that.
2nd down and 7. We got Davis split out. Fawcett comes around. Cook keeps it. Plenty of time. In the middle of the... Oh! Ben Beck off his shoulder pad. Almost intercepted.
Yeah, ball's thrown a little high there, but definitely it was catchable. Ben tried to take it with one hand instead of getting both hands on it.
Geez, the Riots' pass game is excellent right now. Nobody's getting in, and all it is being thrown, tough positions to catch.
Well, we're in that real tough position right now, Brett. Do we go 4 downs here?
No, not even close. Punt it in and let your defense do the work.
So far, the defense has stopped them when we kept them deep. That's true. And so maybe here we're going to, if we can't get the 1st down, which I think we're going to get.
The Riots have a good percentage here at 3rd down.
Very good so far this game.
We got people split out both sides. Cook takes a 3-step drop in the middle, nothing there. Timing pattern to Davis. Davis too far for them this time.
Yeah, no interference going to be called on that. Portland defender doing a good job. That was DeAndre on him.
They're not going to give him it. I wouldn't either. That was a good D.
No, I think so too. It looked like DeAndre had a little bit of a hand on him, but no big deal. That's right.
So with plenty of time here, there's 5:27 left to go. Riots are going to kick this one in.
Okay, what they're doing is they're saying our defense can stop you. And Ben Blackwood has to have a good kick here. There's no doubt about it. He's got to get it in deep.
Good snap. Oh, fumbled. Kick finally away. Jeez.
Attaboy, Ben.
Fair catch.
Wow.
Oh my God, down the 10-yard line.
Thank you, Wind. And thank you, Ben Blackwood. I talked earlier, a lot of kickers you see out there, they got long legs, and Ben doesn't, and it's one of the things that's helped him a couple times on getting off them quick kicks when the centering pass wasn't good.
He's just trying to make us nervous.
He did.
I'm going to have to beat him.
He did it.
Jeez.
Well, I'll tell you, that time it didn't look like the pass was that bad. Ben didn't handle it well that time. It kind of got out of his hands a little bit.
Nerves getting a little frayed now. 5:21, 3-point game.
Well,
Bulldogs.
Now all they got to do is run the clock out.
Yeah, that's all.
Not.
Okay, so they give it up to shoot. DeAndre's got like 3 yards.
Napolitano down when they're the goal line with their back up against the wall. They go to Napolitano.
Napolitano, excuse me.
He seems to be coming in, and we see Tom's the whole game. The only time I've seen him is both times we've had him back deep, so this must be his territory, huh?
2nd and 7 here. Ball's on about the 14-yard line. Gillis takes a snap, he's rolling out. He's gonna take it himself. Yes, clip, and he gets crushed.
Yeah, they won't take the clip, I don't think. I think they'll take the loss of down here because they've sacked him back there pretty good.
Ben Beck got absolutely crushed on that, and he's still down.
But I'll tell you what, they did hit Ben right from the back and the back of the legs. That's dangerous.
He seems to have walked it off.
Again, let's see where they're going to spot the ball, and he's not really that far back. Could be they'll take the penalty.
You're right. He's going to take the penalty and send him back for 3rd down and 10.
Penalty is refused.
Oh, they did refuse it, so they lose the. Yep, good. I think I want to see the down gone this time, Brett.
You're right.
They didn't move the yard marker over there, so I thought they didn't lose much ground.
They only would have moved him back about another 5 yards.
Right. And give him a down over again. You don't want to do that.
Okay, looking, this could be interesting.
All right, secondary, I think their job is that coming up right here.
Yep. Miles and Connick is on the left. Everybody's on their feet. He delay pattern. DeAndre's got room on the outside. He's brought down by Ben Beck.
I'll tell you what, Ben Beck, nice job there. As you saw, Drew Hughes almost get him down, put a hand on him, and Ben Beck comes up and cleans his clock.
Red Riots showing why they're one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Well, I'll tell you, they have really come up big here, but let's give a little credit to the offense who has taken the ball and run with it a little bit on this half and given them a chance to rest and look it out and say, hey, our offense is working for us, guys.
I believe the Riots are coming. We have, the wind is howling now, so this could be in our favor.
Yeah, we really want this ball bad.
Low snap, could be trouble, almost blocked. They're going to leave this one alone, and it's going to jump straight up in the air and take a South Poland bounce.
I'll tell you, everything's going South Poland's way right now. The offense has got to do it now. This is their chance. 3:41 left in this game, Brett. It's all up to the offensive team.
Woo, here we go.
No quick score here, by the way, either. We'd like to use about 3 minutes and 40 seconds here and win the game.
Okay, Riots are going to have it on the, looks like the 36.
Again, everything you run here, you got to keep it inbounds, keep that clock running. You're in close enough. If you can get down there another 20 yards, if you have to, you could even go for a field goal to tie it with the wind behind your back.
Okay. Lawson is going to be single back. Davis is over to the left. Fawcett in motion. They give it to Lawson at the shoot. He gets about 2.
Again, not much. Portland's done a good job the whole game on that.
Yep.
Timmy gets at least some forward ground. I'd like to see, like I said, 3 and 4 yards is usually a good gainer on first down. If you can always get 3-4 yards, your offense is usually doing fairly well. That's only about, a yard and a half.
2nd down and 9.
We're in 4-down territory now with the game when you're behind now.
Yep.
So, again, they don't need to panic. South Poland looks like they're keeping their cool out there.
Yep. 2:50 left to go in the ball game. Oh, they're going to Drew Hughes.
Yeah, Drew pulled a little early there, but that play looked like it was doomed to begin with. There was a lot of confusion down there, and they just didn't seem to be set on what the play was.
2nd down and 13 now. That's going to push him back.
Usually you watch him and you can tell when things aren't quite right, and there was a lot of people looking around at everybody else wondering, what's we doing here? That's because of all the emotion. Everybody's excited down there.
Yep, everybody's fired up. I don't think we're going to see any tired bodies today.
Oh, no. Fatigue won't play a big factor today at all. I mean, not with 2 minutes left in the game now. No way. Mistakes, though. You can't make a mistake down here. I think we're probably pretty even today. Portland's had a fumble. We've had a fumble. I think that's it.
2nd down. Davis is split out. Lawson's the only back. And now, plenty of room. Cook's got time. Oh, nobody. Jeez, throws it in the crowd.
I'll tell you, good defense on Portland, though. Again, they did have their hands on him a little bit, but the timing was pretty good that time. No call.
Jeez, it's 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, this is rough here. You're putting 3rd and long on your team again. And again, you don't need to panic because you don't need the whole 13 now. You're going to run another play, but I'll say the key right now, you notice, Brett, that Jason has got time to throw out there. They're not really pressuring.
They are. They're doing. The line is doing an excellent job right now.
As a matter of fact, with that much time, that probably wasn't a good throw because there was 2 defenders out there on Davis that time.
Thinking for miracle number 4. People on both sides. Same play. They give it in the middle to Davis. He got the slant. He's still up. Holds on the ball, and he gets down to about the 25.
Didn't need a first down. Just needed a good chunk of the yardage. He got it. They're going to be, what, fourth and about 3, I think.
Fourth and less than that, looks like.
Okay, Timmy Lawson has been thrown for some losses here. They've got to be careful what they call.
Fourth and 2. We got 1:50 left to go in the ball game. This could be it. This could be the play.
This might be it with 1:48. Yes.
And Riots take a timeout.
Good.
Everybody is starting to get on their feet here. We got goal line defense, offense. Upton shifts over the other side. They give it. No, Cook holds on to it. Gets outside. Run, please, run. Oh, touchdown!
Again.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Brett. Do you kick his butt for not getting that first down?
Oh, my God.
I think I do anyway and say, you made a touchdown and I'm happy, but you should have got the first down.
I'm going to be over in the corner drooling. Oh, my God.
I'll tell you what, Jason Cook, a great throw. I question his choices there, but he did see an open receiver, went to him, and South Poland has taken the lead. But second time in the game. We scored the first touchdown, and we've been behind ever since.
I'm a mess. I'm a wreck. Oh, my God.
Well.
Wow. Huge play, absolutely huge play. Riots come up. Roediger scores a touchdown. It kicks down. It kicks up. It's good. Riots take a 3-point lead.
Okay, a field goal will not tie it. 4 points, 28-24. So a field goal will not tie it. Poland has to score a touchdown with 1 minute 45 seconds to go.
Okay, Riots, all they need to do is last for 1 minute and 45 seconds now.
Hey, there's no doubt what I kick here. We kick a boomer. We try to get it as deep down the field as we possibly can.
I think more than anything, the wind has played a factor in this game. You've seen 2 punts. Blackwood has kicked him deep into his territory. Come back, they've punted out. They haven't gotten past the 50 on the punts.
That's right.
The wind is huge.
And I'll tell you right now, this is not time for the squib kick. This is time to boot that thing
This is
along.
time where he can get it through the uprights.
Yep.
Lawson is again in there. Kamikaze's here, showing, making up for some maybe.
Ben has the capability, folks, of kicking the ball out of the end zone.
I still can't believe that play. I don't believe that. That was a 30-yard
You
throw.
know, he's a genius if he completes it, though, Brett. But if he doesn't get the 2 yards for the first down when they were easily his,
oh my
then
God,
he's a goat. You know,
he's
a
trying to
genius
kill
right
me.
now.
He's trying to kill me.
He's a hero.
Thank you, Roediger, for having hands.
Well, Dan, I'll tell you, it just hasn't had an opportunity all year to step up big like he has in this game.
Here we go. Blackwood's all set. He boots it down. Beautiful kick. He's going to take it inside, and that's going to be it nicely.
Oh, I'll tell you. Is he allowed to run it out of the end zone?
No, he is not. If he touches the end zone, that's it. He was trying to stay out of the end zone, but didn't work. Nice kick by Blackwood again. The wind.
Ben has the capability, and with the wind behind his back, he looked a little nervous out there. I watched him. He made his forward motion a couple times, but he finally does what he's supposed to.
1:45 left to go in the ball game. Now we have to see the defense show why they're the best in the state.
Well, they can play soft on as far as your defensive backs, but you've got to make the tackles. That's right. You've got to make the tackles.
Twins right here. Gillies gives it quick to Miles. Miles looking to get out of bounds. Stopped by the back by Ryan.
He was not going to make a move there on Bobby's story, and Kevin Ryan says, hey, you forgot me?
Yep. Hey, the Riots stopped these guys for 4 downs here, and that's the ball game.
I'll tell you, I'm just all tingles here now, folks. This is the kind of game I love. Well, I'll tell you, you're right, everybody. Look at everybody in the stands is up. Everybody is up. Side is up. Everybody.
Same formation. Twins over the left. This time it looks like the same play. This time it goes in the middle. Drop by Connick. Incomplete.
Tell you what, Bobby's story, I said, is settled in. He was going to put such a hit on Connick just then.
Yep. 3rd down. Again, I think Portland will probably go here. They can't not go.
They can't not is right. I mean, it doesn't matter if they turn the ball over here to South Poland, because all they're going to do is put the knee down for 3 or 4 plays, and when the game's over.
True spirit of championship right here, fellas.
South Poland offense had to come back. They counted on their offense today to make it happen, and the offense did it.
Split, double split right, and we got 1 split on the left. This time, Quick, trying to go deep. Nice play by Bobby Story. He blocks it.
Bobby Story, we've talked about it. He started getting into the game there, and the end of the first half has come up big, I think, in this second half.
Portland Bulldogs seeing that their last desperation shot here. They got 4th down and about 7.
Congratulations, I think, go out to Sean Upton and Bobby Story, who have had to step in, fill big shoes today. Looked a little weak in the first half, come out strong in the second half, and have helped their team get back into this game.
This is going to be a 4th down and about 8. Riots, I'm looking at the first down here. They're not going to go, I don't even think they're going to go long.
No, they don't need to go long here. They want a first down, so they're going to try to go short.
This is the ball game for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs win or lose right here. Big drop, looks like a screen. I'm running it! Oh, knocks it down, and that's it!
He didn't need to take it and run it in.
Woo!
It sure would have been nice, huh?
That is it. Portland Bulldogs have had their last play of the game, and the Red Riots come in to finish it off.
I'll tell you what, I predicted a 2-touchdown victory. We're not going to have that unless we run something in here because Portland throws apart. But Dan Roediger is my GOAT today because he could have made my prediction come almost true. He's caught everything today except that one.
We have seen a championship team right here in the second half.
I'm telling you, what a shot they've got in the States now. They've been through every adversity they could in the last 2 weeks, Brett. The offense has been shut down twice in 2 weeks, and all of a sudden they came alive and they're back on track.
1 down, that's it. 1 minute left to go.
I'm seeing remarkable restraint from Portland down there because they're not known for restraint.
They are not. This is where the center quarterback snap is the most important play of the game.
Yeah, we don't talk about it much because you almost think of it as automatic, but you're right, Brett. Portland's only chance here is if there's a fumble between the quarterback and his center, and we don't see that happening right now.
Nope.
Portland didn't even stop the clock here. I'm very surprised. They've just given it up.
30 seconds. And Riots are going to let this one run out, and
Coach Wolfram telling his team, stay together.
Huddle up one more time.
That's right.
Portland, I got to give much respect to Portland. They played an excellent game. I mean, I think the biggest factor I've ever seen was the wind in this second half. And the Riots kids are on the field.
Here they come.
South Portland Class A West Championship.
11-0, this South Portland team. Who would have thought it early in the season?
Red Riots are going to Fitzpatrick Stadium for the state championships.
And Portland isn't.
Portland isn't.
I'll tell you what, I agree with you though, Brett. I see Portland play what was pretty much a clean game most game, and they've been much maligned for that. A tough game, the best game I've seen them play this year.
Portland, that was unreal. Both teams, but South Portland stepped up unbelievably this game. They showed what they can do. They showed that they are a championship team right there.
The accolades, I think, go to the offense today, and to a Coach Wolfram who probably hated to have his team throw the ball that much, but showed the confidence to have them do it, and they came back.
I can't see any weaknesses. The line was excellent. They kept the blockers off for the passes. I mean, look at that. Roediger, Cook throwing that pass at the end of the game. Come on, jeez, that's going to kill me when they watch the film, you know that.
I'd say there's moms down there hugging sons, everything. This is just great stuff.
I mean, the defense, secondary, Story and Upton did an excellent job, excellent job on stepping up. Davis, the 3 new starters for for Sexton and French who are out, the 3 starters just showed what they can do, showed how deep South Portland is.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talked about it a little earlier, and I told you I did not think that the 2 boys that weren't able to start today were going to be that big a difference. They were. In the first half, it was huge.
Yeah.
As Upton and Story, especially on defense, struggled greatly. All right. We're being invited to the afterglow.
Yeah.
Afterbirth, I was going to say.
Anyway.
What was I thinking, you know?
Oh, my God.
But those 2 young men stepped up big time, and Nate, you know, what can you say about Nate? He just had a huge game. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have stayed in the game.
Yeah, this is... everybody's on the field. I think we just got to leave this one to that. South Portland came back, played unbelievable. Just look out, whoever won. That right there is a state game to me. That was unbelievable.
I tell you, it's going to be probably an anticlimax. Again, I think back to the last time we had a state game against Biddeford, and that was a back and forth game. We figured that was a state game. They ended up having a great game in the state game. But a tight one.
No.
A tight one.
No. South Portland and Portland exchanging handshakes down there for the end. Still a bunch of people on the field.
Again, Portland showing some great restraint, and I think even some actual sportsmanship down there. And we've really maligned them much, but they played a great game today. Down there, they're showing the Riots that they've got some respect for them. And I'm sure they'll have a few things to swear about when they get done, though.
And in the classic sense, we're going to take this one out, Loya, while we're watching the field of pandemonium here. Excellent job by the Red Riots, and can't take anything away from Portland. They played an unbelievable game. So this is Brett Wolfgram. We're going to sign off from, I'm Brett for Mike Bryant, and thank God, we'll see you next week.
See you at the States, folks.
Historic Cathedral. Row.